Accident simulations are mathematical models that apply the laws of physics to reconstruct the scene of an accident and determine how the crash happened. To learn more about this field, we spoke to Elvin Aycock, a 15-year veteran of reconstruction.
A lot of things we take into consideration. The first thing is the scene, which is the roadway, and then the vehicles. We want to know what kind of interaction, and this is what makes it a simulation, is the interaction between the pavement and the tires, and that's a physical law of physics model. We take into consideration the crush and the stiffness of those vehicles as they come together and they contact each other.
Aycock says the accuracy of the simulation depends on the accuracy of the information they enter into the computer program. Reconstructionists begin their models by locating the final resting place of the vehicles. This is their one known constant. They collect information from site surveys, photos of the scene, police reports, tire marks, and gauge marks on the road. They also inspect each vehicle to measure the crush damage, and when it's available, they will download data from the vehicle's black box.
The number one conclusion that we come to, and most often are asked, is what speeds were these vehicles traveling at the point of impact or at the point they begin to skid. That's the number one. The other thing that we are most asked is where were these vehicles located when they were traveling down the roadway and when they impact. Accident reconstructions always works on how something happens, not necessarily why something happens, because the why could be merely a distraction, and we would never know that.
Accident simulations can prove crucial in legal cases where there are multiple eyewitness accounts, since information based on scientific evidence is perceived as more reliable than the human memory. The simulations allow the viewer to see the accident from multiple perspectives.
What sort of information can you glean from the different perspectives?
Well, you can see how the vehicles come together much better. You can see something, particularly line of sight. You can position your camera where you can see what line of sight or what this person could see, and then when you change the camera position, then you can see what the other vehicle could see at that point.
Computerized accident simulations can cost as much as $10,000 to $20,000, depending upon the complexity of the accident. The final product is a 10-second clip of video, since the actual moment of impact is about 3 seconds. In Aycock's experience, it's money well spent.
I can tell you that when we create simulations and we go into depositions and the other side sees the simulations, they begin to fight to try to keep it out, because it is so effective. Because the one thing about a jury, the one thing that all of them are good at is watching TV. And this simulation is as near as watching TV as you can get.